We are live. All right, welcome to everyone. This is our Facebook Live broadcast. We're actually broadcasting on YouTube as well because we have this neat new software where we can broadcast out live on both venues, platforms, I guess they're called in the computer world. But this is a preview of episode 26, which will be be posted later this evening, early tomorrow morning, and whatever else might come up in our little discussion here. But I want to welcome everyone who chooses to join us. I am going to share a link, and here's another little neat thing about the software that we're using. You can join us if you choose to. You can click the link on your cell phone, on your laptop, on your desktop, and you can join us here live in our little studio here. So waiting for our first call-in guest. So if you'd like to click that link, join us here, please do. And while we're waiting, I will do the usual housekeeping duties. First of all, hi to my partners here, Todd, or Tegman, as he shows on the screen there.
Which gamer tag.
Well, exactly. Everyone has a gamer tag, or everyone of our certain age. I guess all the kids now do too, because my son actually stole my gamer tag. But
what was your gamer tag? I can't remember.
FistGuy25, which is now him on. That's what he goes by at college. So if you go to the Shawnee State website and look on their roster for their esports team, his tag is FistGuy25, and I remind him that he stole my tag all the time. But
it's been whatever. 2 years.
Brady, what was your gamer tag?
It was usually Brazer or Bray.
Yeah, Brazer was one I
related to that. Or Shaman.
I know. I was going to say. I know. I know. One of the things that we like to look back and laugh about, is our names on NBA Jam. It wasn't NBA Jam, was it? It was.
NBA Jam.
It was NBA Jam.
The original was NBA Jam, but I think the game that Doug had was actually like Showtime or something.
Well, then it went to NBA Live or something. I don't know.
But yeah,
in several different iterations of it.
Eric was always playing as an old man character. Or was that Doug?
No, that was Doug. I was the horse.
You were the horse.
Yeah.
Brady was I think Brady was the Minnesota Timberwolf. And I was an alien, right?
Yeah, right.
Pinkerton.
Don't forget the old man.
Shaman. What was your name?
Stallion.
Stallion. That's right.
Stallion. Yeah. So, Brady, hello to you too.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Good.
So again, there's a link over here in the comments. If you click on that link, do you all see that someone has Facebook open, don't they? Do you see the link there?
I do. I see the link in the comments. I also see captioning. It's oddly enough, it's going across Brady's face while we talk.
With this format.
Oh, Kirsten. Hi, Kirsten.
In the house.
Hello.
Click the link and join us, Kirsten. Or are you shy?
Try it out.
Are you Kajagugu? Too shy to shy.
Dun, dun, dun.
No.
I started into the housekeeping duties. Brady, go ahead. I'll do that after you say whatever it is you're going to say.
Oh no! With this new format, I kind of feel like we got the Brady Bunch thing going on. Like I don't know what tile I'm in on your guys' screen, but I feel like I'm going.
Does that work? Brady, can you see me looking down at you? Eric?
Matt Young in the house. Howdy. Matt,
Todd,
click the link
there.
and join us. You can click that link over top in the comments there and join us. I will keep putting the link up. We're waiting for our first call in, quote unquote.
Eric, let's time this. Let's try to time this. You turn, I'll turn and give you a thumbs up, and you turn and give me a thumbs up. Let's see if we can look at each other.
All right.
So, Todd, I give you a thumbs up.
Well, I'm gonna turn to Eric.
Okay.
Am I looking at you, Eric, on your screen?
Yes, you are. Now I'm looking to the opposite direction.
Yes, you got to look the other way.
Right, but I'm looking left. Now I'm looking at you on your screen, but I'm
thumbs
actually
up.
looking away from. Thumbs up.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it is interesting. But Brady's screen on the bottom, again, the captioning on the Facebook. I wonder if it's that way for people watching on Facebook Live.
I don't know. It could be.
But somebody, if you can, if you're listening, if you can comment and tell us if we have captioning going across Brady's face when we talk. Because on my phone, the captioning's scrolling across
It'll be
Brady's
like going
snoot.
through one ear and out the other.
Yeah,
Snoot.
it's covered, but it's covering your entire face.
Well, if so, I would be interested to hear how the captioning spelled Kajagoogoo.
Yeah, say it again. I'll look for you.
Kajagoogoo.
Keep saying it until it.
Kajagoogoo.
Kajagoogoo, Kajagoogoo, Kajagoogoo.
Lamar.
All right. It's lagging. The captioning is so.
The link is not a hyperlink. I don't know how to make it a hyperlink. Can you copy it and paste it into a something? I don't know. Paste it into a browser?
It says catch goo goo.
Across Brady's face. Catch
Lamar.
Goo-goo. Lamar?
Yeah, I don't know where the Lamar came from, but it said catch goo goo Lamar.
Try to copy and paste the link into a browser on your phone or on your computer and see if that works. I don't know. This is all new to us. This is new software. So
Yeah, and we were clearly already experts on Facebook Live anyway, so just
this sets us back.
yeah. And Matt says that indeed the captioning is scrolling across Brady's snoot. It's across his face. We got to figure out a way to turn the captioning off
Yeah, I don't know how to do
for
that.
next time.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a Facebook setting.
Well, when this popped up when we first got on here, it said something about captioning, and I ignored
How
it.
about that?
Hey,
Hey, what happened there?
hang on a minute.
I changed the setup.
Let me see if it changed it on here.
Yeah, since we're lagging.
What, Todd?
It might take it a second to change on here, but let me see.
While we're playing with the settings.
We're zoomed in
Cool.
closer. Oh,
Yes,
there it went.
Nice.
But
Cookie, David Roberts in the house.
you can still see the captioning going across.
Interesting. But now it's not covering Brady's face, is it?
Well, now it's covering. It kind of goes into all of our cameras, all of our.
All of our faces.
But I'm in the middle now, so it's mostly me. It's going to cover somebody's face. I mean, so might as well be mine. But maybe we'll try to turn it off next time.
So for David just entered the room. I don't know who else is in the room, but I keep putting up a link which allows you to call in, quote unquote. If you want to join us on screen here, talk to us. You can. I think you have to copy and paste the link into a browser on your phone or on your computer or something that will allow you to join us. Maybe this is new software again. We keep saying that, but we're trying to figure out all the bells and whistles here. But the possibilities are endless. I tell you, endless. So, Todd, you look like you had something on your liver there that you were going to say.
No.
All right. The housekeeping duties.
My liver is spotless.
Well, good. That's a good way for a liver to be. Housekeeping duties. Again, you found us on Facebook, it looks like. These are people who are commenting. We are also broadcasting live on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So there's that as well. You can find us audio-wise, anchor.fm/play it by ear podcast. Also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and the iHeartRadio app. And among most other places you can find podcasts as well. Again, the video piece is on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Search Play It By Ear podcast on YouTube. Social media-wise, Facebook, also on Twitter, at Play It By Ear Pod 2. And on Instagram, play_it_by_ear_podcast. Right there. So anywhere you can interact with us, we certainly appreciate it. Again, no one brave enough to click the link and join us. And maybe we just need to start the discussion. Maybe someone will join us then.
Yeah.
We'll get the
I
juices
know
flowing.
Cookie's brave enough.
Yes. I think Matt's brave enough as well.
I was going to say, I think both are brave enough.
Okay, so to start the discussion here, episode 26, considering the fact that we are getting ready, some of us have already started back. Some of us welcome students back tomorrow for the first time in several months. It is back to school on Play It By Ear, the back to school episode. Hi, Angie in the house. So in honor of back to school, we were talking about several different topics and kind of treated this like the Brown County Fair episode, the Sardinia Founders Day episode, where we didn't have 3 set topics. We just kind of discussed things back and forth in regard to back to school and school in general in our formative years. Oh, Cookie in the house. We have a guest.
Uh-oh.
David Roberts.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Are you poolside?
I am poolside at the Wild West Road Water Resort. That's what we call our place.
Nice.
Nice.
I wanted to say, especially to Todd, we didn't get to talk to you much after last Saturday down in Aberdeen. That I will say this: that Jethro's Tiki Hut was a shockingly surprise. I thought it would be a dump, but you know, when you see something drive by something like that for many years, you're thinking this is not the place I want to partake in. And me and Jennifer both were surprisingly with the atmosphere and the cleanliness of the place.
Yes.
And,
It's a very nice place.
Yes, and the potential of that place to be played with, I hope, is very good for you because the environment was nice. It just there wasn't as many people for you guys to hear your greatness, but I think that'll come in time. We're down there.
We appreciate you guys coming out, and it's a very cool venue. You're like you said, very cool.
Yeah, it was very shockingly because we've heard the rumors, nightmares that it was like you're probably going to find dead bodies laying in those rooms. I'm like, well, I'm not going into the rooms.
Oh, Cookie.
So anyway,
let's see that hot tub.
Oh, the hot tub is down here.
I thought you were getting in it.
No, I'm
Just
getting
up
ready.
again it.
He's up
Can you
again.
see the hot tub? Hot tub's down there.
Nice.
I'll give you a little tour. I'm on the second story of our deck. We just got all this done. The pool was here when we bought the place 5 years ago, but we redid all this. The new deck on, and then I'll have to show you. I don't want to take all your time up, but we part of our addition. I have
Play
the
It By
ultimate.
Ear does HGTV.
Yeah.
You don't jump off that deck into that pool, do you?
No, that is Jennifer wants to, of all people, you would think it'd been the twins that would say something of this nature, but she wants to put a slide. My wife
From the
wants
deck?
to put from the deck to the pool.
That would be
Nice.
outstanding.
So this is my little pride and joy into my man cave. I'm going to brag and boast about it a little bit because I've taken many years.
Now remember, this is PG-13.
Oh, this is fine. This is fine. I don't know how much you guys can see this, but this is my sports hall of fame. The greatest sports movie of all time, For the Love of the
Nice.
Game with Kevin
Yeah.
Costner.
Yes.
Good movie.
Start the
Yes.
mechanism.
Start the mechanism. And then this is an actual Caddyshack autograph picture that was at one of the shows out in one of the movie theaters out, was told, in Las Vegas. But the autograph and stuff has been COA, certified authentic.
Whose
Nice.
autograph?
Chevy's.
Chevy's.
Oh,
Nice.
Chevy's. Then I got a bunch
looking
of
for a Ted Knight autograph myself.
y'all.
You'll have nothing
Then,
to
of
like
course,
it.
they'll get into my Carolina stuff. That's a given. But I've got my Dre Bly, Denver Broncos autographed jersey and shirts. Then the greatest linebacker to play. This here is my pride and joy. This
LT.
here's a Lawrence Taylor autographed.
LT.
It has all the accomplishments on it. I won this at an auction for a mere barely $200, and it's valued almost over $1,000.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my pride and joy. Then Earl Campbell, but I just received this, gentleman. My Fathead wall mount of Luke May beating Kentucky in 2017 in the Elite Eight.
I remember that.
That'll make
That
some people
is
in your neck of the woods
this-
salty there, Cook.
What's that?
That'll make some people in your neck of the woods salty.
Oh yeah, Gerald despises it. Yeah, Todd's father-in-law. He actually gave me a couple profound words on his birthday. He called me
A couple profound 4-letter words, right?
Yeah, because I had Carolina stuff on, and everybody was just giving me crap. But that's what they get into. And then
At
of
least
course,
it's not Duke, right?
then you got Michael Jordan's last shot against Georgetown. But
Classic.
here is the bar. This is what we've worked on for 16 months. This is my bar.
Nice.
It's still not finished. I got to get doors on, but it's a full-fledged bar. I've got a 32-inch TV in the corner, and I got a 70-inch over that wall. And then the greatest, I got this mobile 55-inch that I can take out while I'm in the hot tub or in the pool.
Yeah, Celia was asking me how you had a TV outside. She said, wouldn't it get wet? I said, I believe it's mobile.
It's mobile that way because the front part of the garage, the detached part of that, or not the detached, the 2-car garage, it's attached to the house. Jennifer wanted a ping pong table for Christmas, so I got her a ping pong table, and she also collects Coca-Cola merchandise, and we're going to make that. And that way, if we need that TV, we have a get together, we can take that TV around front as well, instead of buying one and mounting it that might not get used and such as. But
So I'm seeing a Play It By Ear podcast remote recording in my future, looking around your palatial estate here.
Hey, I thought about that. I was like, why don't you guys take your act on the road?
We should do it.
You can we can get people like organized, and you can get I don't know,
an
like
audience
a talk
and
show.
things.
Live from the hot tub.
Live from the hot tub, or maybe. But then I got, this is very valuable here. I don't know if you can see it. This is a whiskey barrel sink.
Nice.
Very cool.
It copper top, copper, all hardware is copper and everything. About got arrested due to the quarantine getting that.
You told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to. I purchased the barrel from a sheriff guy all past down there or close to Flemingsburg, Kentucky. And I went to pick it up. It's only like 3 weeks where they said no travel ban. You can't go into other states. And I didn't know how serious it was. So I'm like, okay.
Guess you found out pretty quick, didn't you?
Well, I'm buying it from a sheriff. So I pull into he's got him and his wife had a little antique shop.
It was a sting. It was a trap.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it was. They see, because it was Kentucky, and they seen my tags because I got Carolina tags. That's exactly what it was. But I went down there, and this guy come in, looked like Roscoe Justice coming in sideways, and he didn't have the town or anything. He had constable on the side of his car. That constable. That's serious stuff when you get the constable.
Yeah. I didn't know there was still such a thing out there.
Yeah. He did. And he's like, put your hands on the wheel. And I'm like, and I'm looking at, and I just pulled in. I'm like, looked at the guy I'm buying it from. He goes, hold on. Were you speeding or anything? I was like, no. And he goes, hold on. I'm hearing, put your hands on the wheel. Anyway, the sheriff went and talked to this constable guy. And they were getting heated. And then so he finally calmed him down, and the constable went and sat across the street till I made my transaction, picking up my barrel. Well, as soon as I get ready to pull out, he follows me all the way from Flemingsburg, all the way to the bridge, the new bridge right there in Aberdeen.
So the constable, how far is his jurisdiction?
I do not know, but when the sheriff, when I purchased the barrel and we shook hands and stuff, his exact words were, you better go straight back home because I can't get you out of any trouble once you leave here.
Yeah. I'm assuming since there's no such thing as constables anymore, that he has boundless jurisdiction. He goes wherever he wants.
I'm not real versed on Kentucky laws. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And constabulary.
Well, Cookie, we're getting ready to start finishing our basement, so I may be calling you for some pointers because I love the bar there and I like the whiskey barrel too.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Todd. The bar is just the bar top is a temporary fix due to the situation we went through with the contractor. I was supposed to have a live edge bar put on there, but for us,
great.
It's spread apart. It's just 2x4s where I stained it and burn it. Then I stained it, but I got to redo the top because we had to get it done before the final inspection for the closing cost of the construction loan.
Well, you have to invite me over for a drink there sometime.
Well, I'm planning on. Well, I was going to do the fantasy football draft here.
Ah.
I told Steve, I said we can do the fantasy football draft here if you would like. And but I don't think we're going to be doing anything this year, so which is fine by me because of the circumstances.
So next year, it's your place, man.
I don't have a problem with that. We can do that.
Yeah.
But real quick, I want to tell you guys, this is pretty funny what you guys do. Some serious stuff, and then it just brings back a lot of memories. And I tried to tell Jennifer. Jennifer's like, "Well, I don't think that's going to be." So I made her watch one episode, and she goes, "I can't believe that. That's good." I'm like, "Yeah, I get good."
I can't believe these guys are somewhat talented and funny.
But I think it's especially with the times it was happened a few months ago, was a little outlet to see what the world is still existing, and that we can get through all this. And then most of you are still out in Brown County and Highland County. And it wasn't that bad of a place to grow up as a kid. I wouldn't change that anyway. And it's good.
I agree.
I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot, bud.
Yes, sir.
If you when we say play it by ear podcast, what's the first words that come to your mind? If you could break it down.
Well, I think I told you this, Brady, when I seen you over at Chuckway Tires. I told you I mow my yard. I got like 3 acres. It takes me about 2.5-3 hours to mow my yard. So that's when I listen to your podcast during that time. And I swear to God, when you guys were talking when it was talking about the hot fudge smell being burnt on the hot fudge cake, and then your description before even the burning of the cigarette ashes or anything tasting of that nature, your description, I still think of this every time I see a billboard or I see a Frisch's picture since then of a hot fudge cake. It's 2 squares of ice cream with moist chocolate cake is a sandwich, or ever how you said it. Then it's got this molten lava of goodness with whipped cream and a cherry, and whatever it was to the detail, it's still I don't know.
Ice cream is mortar.
Yeah, and that's what I think of. That's what I think of. Seriously, when there's that segment right there, because Jennifer's like, I seen you laughing out while you're mowing the yard.
And she laugh at your yard.
What's that?
Like,
how dare you laugh in my yard? Exactly. So that's when she was still like, that. They can't be that funny. What's there to talk about? There's not much to talk about. I said, you would not have imagined what there is to talk about.
Exactly. We talked about
it. I said, they try to put a timer on it, but I said, it goes squirrel, it goes way right.
Yeah.
So I said, it's pretty good. So I'm glad you guys got it going, and I hope it keeps up and stuff. And I think it's pretty cool what you guys are going to do. Like I said, it brings back a lot of memories and things that we did forget about as a kid and growing up out in Morristown and Serginian vicinities.
Okay, just to stay on topic here, Cook, what's your favorite back to school memory? Our episode 26 is a back to school epised, so chime in here.
I wasn't a fan of going back to school, Eric.
I figured.
I'm going to go a little sideways with you on it. My 7th and 8th grade year, we moved to Florida. I didn't go up here. I went to a place called Okeechobee. It's a big lake. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's a big lake about 3/4 of the way down Florida inland. There's no beaches, and the whole county goes to one school. So I went from the whole county goes to one school. So I went to Morristown, where I graduated with 36 kids in my class. That's all there was. I'm not used to, there was one 7th grade. There wasn't no 7A, 7B, 7C, or anything of that nature. So I go a little, I'm not putting any political gist on it, but here I am, a poor dumb white kid from the country. I feel like I'm getting ready to tell the story of the jerk, Steve.
Classic.
Yes. And here I go to this school that it looked like a prison, seriously, because schools in Florida can't be 2-story due to hurricanes and winds. They all have to be 1-storied.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no windows. There's no windows. Majority of the schools, if they are, they're boxed. There's glass blocks, and there's just windows in the front door. Right. So everything looks like a spaceship. Even the sun could be shining outside 90 degrees. It looks dark and dreary in these schools.
Huh.
So I go to school, my first day of school, and I had not met one person prior. We arrived in Florida 2 weeks before the first day of school, and I had not met one kid yet. So I get in an altercation the first day of school where a bunch of these, again, not trying to put classifications, but Mexican kids grabbed my coat, and the trash cans were inside the walls, and they threw my coat, this jacket. And I remember it was a red, white, and blue Dr. J Converse jacket, which was my favorite jacket. And I got just upset, and I got in a fight with this kid. So on, and then they tried to come in a couple days later. That was my first day of school, and I told my mom, I said, I hate it. We need to move back. Blah blah blah. Well, a couple weeks went by, and end up making some friends because I'm pretty easy to talk to. But my best friend down there, which I'm not sure if I'm sure you all will know who I'm going to say. You remember Deion Sanders, primetime, played at Florida State, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But you look at across from him when he was a senior, I believe, junior or senior. I think it was a senior. His freshman, one of my best friends. I went to school with him in 7th and 8th grade. His name was Kerry Parks. Ended up playing other side DB with Deion Sanders
Nice.
at Florida State.
Nice.
And then I got pictures where I played basketball in 7th and 8th grade. I was the only white kid on the team. They found out my name was Cookie. They called me Oreo then.
That's amazing.
Because all of them were black and I was white.
Were you
They
the
called me-
tallest?
No, I was by far. Wait, geez, I'll show you pictures sometimes of the yearbook and stuff. So this is going to push it too. I'm going to see what your football knowledge is, gentlemen. Do you remember a wide receiver played for the Cincinnati Bengals? His name was Reggie Rembrandt.
Yep.
Reggie
I
Rembrandt.
do
Yes.
remember. Yes.
He went to
Florida State.
school. Yep, he went to Okeechobee High School.
Huh.
Ah.
And I played basketball with him my 7th and 8th grade years. And he was 7th grade, and he was like 6'6" in
Wow.
7th grade. Yeah, and I was only pushing 5'4", maybe 5'5" at that.
I can't ever
And-
imagine you at 5'4".
I was gonna say you're a
Well,
late bloomer.
You came out of the
I was-
womb at
well,
5'5".
yeah, Eric. You should know. When I graduated from Morristown, I was only 6'3", 155
Yeah.
pounds.
I
Pipsqueak.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
6'3", you know.
Yeah, now I'm 6'8", and we won't discuss the weight.
Well, I forgot you were a Dr. J fan, so yeah, you would have been an enemy of mine for sure, being a Boston Celtics fan in the '80s. So
Well, Larry was good.
yeah. Yeah.
Larry and Kevin McHale and all of them were good, and you can't take it away for that. But Doctor and all them guys started. David Thompson, that's what kept basketball going. And then you had, of course, the great one,
Yep.
Michael.
Yep.
But it is what it is. But I just wanted to tell you guys, I'll let you guys go, that this is pretty fun. I'm glad you guys are keeping it up, and if you can keep it up as long as you can, I think it's good. But
Awesome. Cool.
if
Hey,
you don't- yeah.
well, I was going to say when we are ready to do some more guests, you ought to be a guest sometime. I definitely.
Well, I'm gonna.
definitely always good to talk to you.
I would love to do that, and I'm going to have
Yeah.
plenty of time here. I go under the knife again, unfortunately, this
Wow.
Wednesday. They're going to cut my elbow open again and try to get this left hand working. My nerves are dead in my hand and my arm, so
Huh.
Well, best
they're gonna
best
cut-
of luck with that, man.
Yeah,
Good luck
and,
with speedy recoveries.
they don't know. This will be the third surgery, Brady, and nothing's happened. This is the last thing, so we don't know how long it's going to be for recovery. It might not ever. This is the last ditch effort for me to try to get the feeling back in my left hand.
You got our
We'll be
prayers,
thinking about you.
brother.
All right, gentlemen. Well, keep up the good work you're doing, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Cook.
Peace out,
Take
man.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right.
All right, so we have our first guest, Facebook guest. Pretty cool.
That was the
I'll be
debut
honest
of
with
the
you.
technology.
I'll be honest with you. I thought it was only going to be a call. I didn't realize that we would have visual.
I peed just a little bit when he popped up on the screen. It scared me.
I mean, that's cool and frightening because I hope
Yeah.
everybody knows that. Somebody might like be sitting on the toilet and thinking they're just going to call us. And
Yes, it
just
is.
so
It
you,
is video, so
Huh?
keep that in mind.
yeah.
All right, we do have the link over there in the comments. If anyone else would like to join us, please do. Again, our episode 26 is back to school, so we shared our back to school memories, and it was school in general. It just wasn't back to school, and just to give you a few indications of what we talked about here and just some conversation starters, I guess. We talked about clothes, going back to school shopping for clothes. What clothes did you need to have? Of course, Todd's clothing was a little bit different than ours. Brady and I are a little bit older, but then we talked a lot about lunch. I think that kind of took up a lot of the conversation for whatever reason. We got off on this lunch tangent, but specifically lunch boxes. What kind of lunch box did you want to have? What was your goal? And of course, lunch boxes changed throughout our years in school. And actually, Brady and I'm Todd. I don't remember us talking about it, but Brady and I had metal lunch boxes when we started. Then it kind of went plastic.
Yeah, we talked about that, how they went from metal to plastic. And then I even mentioned, I think, hey, well, can we show the picture on here? I can't remember. The other style, the plastic that had the mailbox shape.
Yeah.
That had the rectangle with the... Because I had the... who was the lunchbox? Not Conan.
Thundar. Thundar the Barbarian.
Thundar the Barbarian, yes.
Yeah. Which was while you're looking at that, which was the style of a rectangular box with the arched or the rounded top for just perfectly molded for the thermos to lay right on top of it.
The
Thermos.
We have some pretty amusing chatter about thermoses.
Do y'all see that?
That style, yeah. But you could actually have Googled the Thundar the Barbarian one and saw.
Oh well, yeah.
You could have seen the exact one that I had.
All right. Well, let me do that one.
If our listeners, if you're interested in what yours truly ate his food out of when I was a Ute,
I've got mine ready to go up on the screen. This is my kindergarten lunchbox.
let's see it.
Is it up there?
Not yet.
Hold on, I gotta allow you to show your screen.
See all this
There it
technology?
is.
Oh my goodness!
There it is. Marvel Comics.
Also,
Nice.
you had all the superheroes and
All the Marvel ones.
nice.
Yeah, every one of those.
Let's see. If you look at the panels, there was Thor, Spider-Man, Captain America, the Fantastic Four were on the back.
So this was the Marvel version of the Justice League. It kind of looks like a little bit.
The Avengers.
Although it
if you
wasn't-
will.
Yeah, it wasn't a formal grouping though, right?
Yeah, it just
Fantastic
basically all the favorites. You know, it had them on there. So there's the other side of it, and but yeah, that was my very first lunchbox. Gosh darn, I wish I still had it.
Eric, you got mine up.
Very
Very nice.
I'm getting it here.
While you're doing that, if you are listening out there, which we were up to 8, but now we're back down to 7. If you want to, there you go.
Ooh.
Thundar the Barbarian.
He's kind of a He-Man looking character.
The
He
poor
is.
man Conan.
Um,
It's all we could afford at the Griffin House was Thundar the Barbarian.
he was he was before He-Man. You could say he was pre-man. He was pre-man. Yeah, but like that was a Saturday morning must-see. Was Thundar the Barbarian with the sun sword? Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, so
You have yours, Eric?
I haven't looked mine up yet, but who's brave? We've had our first video call in. We've got the link over there. Someone copy and paste the link into a browser on your phone or on your computer. Call us.
Yeah.
We would love to hear from you. We're talking about back to school.
Call us and tell us a back to school memory or a first day of school, maybe a lunchbox you remember, maybe a backpack you remember, or a trapper keeper you remember, or something of that nature. Something we talked about juice boxes, so maybe you remember something specific in your lunch. You know,
All right.
back when we were younger, if you took chips to school, you had to have them in a baggie. I don't remember them having snack size or lunch size chips.
Here we go.
Hey,
Just a good old box. Keeping my soup warm.
Complete with thermos. And there's the side version.
Ooh.
See now that go that collision of cars and leaping and everything. See, that's what your stomach was doing after recess, after eating what was in the contents.
There's Cooter's Garage.
Yes, it is indeed.
Got a euphemism?
Boss Hog and Cooter.
Boss
That is
Hog.
Cooter.
It is Cooter. Yes. it
Yeah, I
is.
said, yeah. I didn't recognize him at first.
Well, there's Daisy.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Uncle Jesse. Yeah.
Uncle Jesse in the
And
background.
there's the thermos.
Look at that thermos.
Can't bring that to school these days.
So say that was not in very good shape. I'll bet
Well-
mine's in better shape at my
well-
mom and dad's house.
Here was the worst thing about those lunchboxes, though. It didn't take them long to get that way, and they always looked dirty. So you would
Yeah.
open it.
Well, that's
You know-
true. That's true.
And there's a distinct smell they had. No matter how much you washed them, it was the smell of crisp metal, the tang of metal, and lunch meat on the inside of it. So it was a kind of a funky funk.
What do you think? And this is something we didn't touch on. What do you think the number one sandwich materials would have been back in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, when we were going to elementary schools?
Bread?
Sandwich materials. What do you mean?
Well, it's obviously bread. I mean, but I don't remember like ham and turkey being big back then.
Bologna.
It was
Bologna.
bologna.
Or,
Yeah.
or peanut butter and jelly.
I
Peanut butter and jelly?
did ham. I had
Really?
ham sandwiches. Yeah. Yeah. It would come like no, we didn't have that fancy schmancy chipped and, where it was nicely finely shredded, like ham sawdust. And you could put it. No, it was like from the Eckridge
Husk.
Farms. It was about
Yeah.
that thick.
It was squaw.
Let me give my.
I remember having the cheese. I don't know what they called it, but I called it cheese loaf. It was like some sort of
Ham with
meat.
cheese flecks in it.
Yes, yeah, and you
Yeah.
could poke them out, and then have holy ham.
It's like somebody fed the pig a bunch of cheese, bonked it in the head, and sliced it up, and it came they made sure that its muscles were
cheese.
massaged with cheese.
And my dad was always trying to get me to eat pickle loaf, which was
Yeah.
the same as the cheese loaf, but instead of cheese bits, it had bits of, I'm assuming,
Pickle.
pickles, but they were like green ones, red ones. It was like a very colorful meat slab, and it always reminded me of that.
Meat in
That's-
quotation marks.
To harken back to the Christmas episode, it always reminded me of that candy. I'll never be able to think of what it's called, but it's like a hard candy shape. It's round, but it's
I thought you meant-
chewy, and it has like little shiny
Yeah.
gems in it, like
Sparkles.
little. Yeah, they're like
Confectionery
Like
jewels.
candy cane flex.
well, no, but it wouldn't be candy cane flavored. It was just
No, but
I
it
don't
was
know.
like that sort of candy that was
No.
packed into it.
Yeah, it was shiny.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I legit thought this as a kid. Like, legitimately did. I always thought that pickle loaf or pimento loaf looked like the fake barf.
Becky says
The-
jelly.
The fake rubber
Jelly?
dog barf.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The fake. Oh, it does. It did.
No.
What did you say about jelly?
Becky said jelly. I don't know what
The
she's
candy-
referring- Becky, you can call us and talk to us.
If she's talking about the candy that I'm talking about, she's exactly right. It was more like a jelly, like jelly dots or something in it, but it was.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
It was white with the.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Brock's.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looked like
yeah.
it looked like a terrible candy factory accident where stuff just fell and landed that way, and they said, "Let's wrap it up and sell it." I mean,
A miasma of candy.
But that wasn't a Christmas only candy. I mean, you can like when you go to get the candy in bulk, you can find those around.
Yeah.
Becky's trying to call. You got to copy and paste the link into your browser. And that goes for anybody else. Our link to call us is in the comments. I'll put it up there again. Had our first call in with Cookie, David Roberts.
what would happen if two people are trying to call at once?
Well, they're in the waiting room. I'd let them in.
He's the controller, the gatekeeper.
green room.
Oh.
The champagne room, if you will.
Oh,
There's no waiting in the champagne room.
oh.
Oh,
wife- The wife is
Hello,
watching.
Becky.
there's Becky.
The
Let me.
wife- Phone up.
Eric, be on your best behavior.
Yes.
All right, Todd. So you're talking about the little candy nougats. They're white,
Nougats. Yes. Nougats.
Yeah, they're white with.
and it's like gel. It's not jelly, but it's like a candy jelly nougat in it.
Yeah.
My boys all
What
love
is a nougat?
It's like pieces
I mean-
of dots.
It's gross. I don't know.
It's fluffery. It's like I always thought nougat was what was inside of a Three Musketeer, where it's like kind of ubiscuous. It's kind of like
Rich.
yeah.
Well, and Becky, correct me if I'm wrong, but they were always either dark green or dark red gels in them,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is why I thought it was a Christmas candy.
this tree in the middle of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
Christmas tree in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, there were round ones, and then there were the square ones.
Yeah.
Mhm. We got to find a picture of that, Eric.
Yeah. Well, let me see what I can do.
You want to find it?
I'll find it.
And
Isn't this?
back to school thing, my big back to school thing was getting a new perm before school started.
Ah.
Yeah, and my growing up in Illinois, we had friends that she was a beautician, and so she came over to our house one evening with her family and our family, and I had a perm in my kitchen in the kitchen sink.
That's the
Was it
only
an
place to
Ogilvy?
get them.
Huh?
Was it an Ogilvy perm
You know, I don't remember. It's possible. it
or
was.
lilt?
And then I was
Lilt.
Why do you know so much about perms, Brady?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I just remember my mom getting perms like in the boxes being on the.
yeah.
How about that?
Look at that.
Look at that.
No, that's not it, Eric. You got to look up Christmas ones.
Well, yeah, those are.
Well, that's an example.
They're
Okay.
called jelly bean nougats.
Jelly bean
Nougat.
nougats. Nougat, what I need.
Eric, great minds think alike.
So, Becky, was this an every year perm?
Oh, yeah. Getting the school year times over like Christmas break.
Yeah.
You're cutting out, dear. I don't know what you said there.
Well,
I-
go ahead.
I'm outside right now, and so there's lots of cars coming by in Buford. But yeah, I would get a perm at the beginning of the school year, and then usually mid-school year, I'd get another one.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because some of my most vivid memories growing up are people getting perms in my house. And it was never one. It was always 3, 4, 5 people getting perms at once. So the house smelled absolutely terrible for about
Oh.
2 days straight. Nose hairs burning, eyes watering.
And I remember when I was in high school getting my perm done, there was a kid in my class who had the mullet. And now
I know what you're gonna say.
I graduated early 90s, and so the mullet he had, the mullet part was perm.
Yeah.
Talked
I remember that, Brady.
today about our perms together and the smell of them. So yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't been around a perm in a while.
I haven't either.
Have they? I wonder if they've addressed the smell.
I'm pretty sure it probably still smells the same.
It's still noxious chemicals. I'd say that there's nothing they can. In organic chemistry, we found out actually what perm solution does, and it still kind of horrifies me to this day. It's a trauma for the hair.
My wife just purples her hair now. No perms involved.
Nothing wrong with that. Eric, you should put a little purple up
A
there.
purple?
You know, I
Is-
have shampoo, and I wish he would try it. That'd be really cool.
So it's just shampoo that turns your hair purple?
No, I paid for it to get it done because it's a whole process.
Mhm.
But I have purple shampoo that I use. Okay, I'm gonna say shout out to Salon by Jocelyn with Alex there. She's amazing. Anyways, so now it's shampoo that helps keep the color vibrant.
Very cool.
You learn all
stu-
kinds of things here on the Play It By Your podcast.
Stupid question. Was perm short for permanent?
Yes.
It is,
Okay.
but it's not permanent. It's
Yes.
extended temporary. That's what it should be called. An extended temp.
And then as an adult, I found out that if you cut your hair right, you have natural curly hair. So now I have right now it's straight, but now I have naturally curly hair. So
So you don't have to deal with the smell of perms.
not anymore.
Nice.
So yeah,
Well,
Whoops.
I think though that's something we should have talked about, fellas. we didn't really talk about back to school haircuts.
No, we didn't. That's good.
It's a big
I don't know why we didn't do that.
Yeah.
One back to school haircut that I never received. I have never, ever, and ever had a flat top nor a burr.
Burr.
A burr.
Well,
Bur's something that sticks to your leg in the woods.
Well,
Well,
or that's why your head is freezing. There's no hair. That's why it's called a burr, because you have no hair to keep your
I
head
thought it was the
warm.
buzz.
Well, the haircut didn't really stick in my mind because basically my haircuts consisted of someone putting a bowl on my head and cutting around the bowl until I was in 8th grade.
We
so-
have some really cute pictures of that. I'll have to find them and somehow get them up for y'all. You know,
Not
if
that-
Definitely.
you've never had a burr, I think we should do a little challenge that if we can get something done, we give you one.
Brady.
Burr?
Yes, Brady. Burr for Brady.
Burr for Brady.
Alliteration. Burr for Brady. Who wants to see
To make
Brady get a
another
burr?
Nosferatu reference for the evening, that's what I would look like with the burr.
I think we just take it all off. Let's do it.
Yeah, I probably come the closest when I get my hair cut because I go with the short faux hawk and it's pretty short all over except my unicorn here.
High top fade.
So I would probably be more likely to get a burr than I think Eric or Brady would.
Yeah, you got
but,
the Andy Dalton.
Maybe Principal
have-
Fiscus could get the kid in play, do.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah, nice.
You know, you only live once. Live it up. Enjoy it. Do what you
Sure.
I agree.
Well, and that's why we're talking hair products. She's got like 10 things in the shower, and I've got 2 bottles. So we have to put all these attachments in the shower to hold all her stuff.
Yeah, I hope you found some
I
good
could-
ones because
I
those
could
never work out. The
shampoo.
suction cups wear out and they fall.
Well, this is hanging over the faucet.
How many
Well,
times?
it'll fall, but it causes problems with the water stream.
know, it's
How many times have you given yourself a coronary when something falls off in the shower behind you, like the 5-gallon bucket of shampoo, the big old vat, and it falls down, and luckily you're in the shower because one soils themselves when it hits the
Darn near soiled myself.
Roxy.
Thank you, my dear.
all right. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Becky.
All right, 2 call-ins. The link is
We're
there.
cooking with gas now, even if
Yes, we
Fiscus
are.
does say it's oil.
Cooking with grease, not Earl grease. We're cooking with grease.
I cook with gas, man. I cook with gas.
There is the link. It's on the screen. It's in the comments. We're taking call-ins. Back to school is the topic, and again, we got into haircuts. We got into lilt. I remember lilt, Brady. I think my mother used lilt, if I remember correctly.
Speaking of back to school, I watched a little bit of that classic a couple weeks back, Rodney Dangerfield.
Nice,
The
very
triple
good, very
Lindy.
good movie. Yes.
Like when he gets up on the diving board, does the
My most memorable line for back to school, Eric, do you know what it is?
No. What is
When
it?
he's buying books, like, he has the attractive English teacher. He's like, I'd like to tame your shrew. That's the one that's my most memorable back to school line. And I just remember as a kid, I never understood it, and I didn't know that was like the Shakespeare thing, the taming of the shrew.
do your Rodney Dangerfield again because it was pretty good.
I'd like to tame your shrew.
It's that head sway.
No respect. No respect.
All right. So my favorite scene from that movie, and to me, and no offense intended to my English teachers, Mrs. Wilson, you may listen to us because I think maybe you've come across us here at some point. No offense, no offense to anybody, but here's what I'm going to say about that. So the scene in the movie is where he hires Kurt Vonnegut to write a paper about a Kurt Vonnegut book. So then they get into a fight, he and Sally Kellerman, who's his English professor. And she says, oh, by the way, whoever you hired to write your paper about Kurt Vonnegut doesn't know the first thing about Kurt Vonnegut. So then the scene cuts to him. Okay, Vonnegut, I'm not paying you for... So that's what I think about English teachers and literature and all that stuff. Yes, this is what the literature says. Do they teach you that in college? Do they teach the literature teachers that in college, Todd? You're an English guy. They teach you what these books are supposed to be telling you because the author may not mean that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't remember. It's been several years back since I've taken a literature course, but it seems like they don't. It's just a lot of what do you think it means and stuff like that.
But sometimes what I thought it meant was wrong. Like the teacher said it was wrong. Like, how is that? Isn't it my take on what the book says?
Yes,
it's like,
I agree.
It's like Sally Kellerman said in the movie. Kurt Vonnegut doesn't know the first thing about Kurt Vonnegut.
Here you go, Eric. I got a share for you.
Okay. Put
Hang
it
on
up.
a second here. Hang on 1 second.
By the way, our link is there on the screen. It's in the comments. Copy and paste the link into your browser and join us. You can call us in on video. We would love to talk about your back to school memories if you have them, or school memories in general. That's kind of what our episode 26 is, which is coming out later tonight or early tomorrow morning. So here's the share. Where to go?
Hang on a second. Hold on.
Hold on.
Maybe now.
Oh, there we go. Triple Lindy.
There we go.
Right after the armpit flatulence, correct?
The very pedestrian and rookie armpit flatulence compared to what we grew up with.
Exactly. We went to school and were related to the pros in armpit flatulence, not this.
The Michael Jordan of armpit flatulence.
Indeed. Shout out to you. You know who you are.
That's right. I wonder if
Nobody
it's
on the
still
screen.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, while we're
I
on
wasn't
here, this would be a
Adam.
great time to demonstrate it. Like what we mean, what was so amazing about it, they could do the armpit flatulence without the other arm. So they could just do this. They could go.
Well, hang on a minute. You skipped a step in that. They could do it fast to get the short, choppy, staccato, flatulence
With report.
But then what they start out like a pissed off chicken flapping its wings, and then they would slow it down mid, and get the nice long squeaker.
So
That was
like
impressive.
Womp, 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 womp.
Yeah. It went
Yeah.
from like barking orders to a question. Womp, 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 womp.
Yes.
That was a great talent that should have been on David Letterman's Stupid Human.
It should be. I can't even make this up. I happen to wear this T-shirt. This kind of sums it up.
Well,
Goldfish, yes, exactly.
I always wonder what combination of armpit material makes that happen better. I'm assuming you got to have some sweat.
You have to have the divot, the sweat, the crevice, and the fricative.
Yeah, you had to have the God-given body type.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you couldn't have too much armpit hair.
No,
For it would muffle it.
It's like a mute and a trumpet.
All right, so I show two viewers in our room here, but if either one of you would like to join us, there's a link there. If you copy and paste that link into your browser, you can join us here on video and talk to us about your back to school memories or your school memories. That's our episode 26 that is coming out later on. So we would love to hear that. And this is a capability, by the way, we have in this new software. And you can call in. There are a lot of different things. We can share screens and show pictures of what we're talking about. And the possibilities are endless, I tell you, endless.
Yeah. You might have already said this, Eric, but isn't this also going to be a feature for the actual podcast too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our plans are we are going to have these Facebook, YouTube lives, and we're going to kind of preview the upcoming episode that is coming out within days. However, our schedules work out, but our Facebook lives will preview the upcoming episode. That's what our plans are. So,
yes.
Again, use the link, join us. Now we're down to one, and we ran somebody off. So.
That may be us.
That
Very well may
could
be.
That could be us.
Yeah.
Well, I guess how about we call it a Facebook Live, and we'll get to business. All right. Again, episode 26 coming up later on this evening or early tomorrow morning. Join us again. This will be a recurring thing in our podcast. We'll do these lives. You can join us on video, and the link is right there. I don't know if that changed. It probably does change from time to time. So we'll always post the link in the comments and on the screen that you can join us if you like. So
And
but
please
we
don't
choose
be
to do that.
shy.
But in the meantime, we could try to look at that captioning. But I got to thinking we may actually have some listeners and viewers who could benefit from the captioning. So we
True.
probably ought to leave that up there.
Yeah.
And we can, like right now, honestly, the best possibility is if Brady or whoever's at the bottom
Yeah.
sets up as high as possible. Because see, like right now, Brady, if you set straight up,
Posture, Brady, posture.
set straight up, it almost starts at your bottom lip. So if you could put a phone book or a pillow under your
Wait a
hind
minute.
end,
It'd be like the thing from Electric Company. See if I can pull this off. Okay, I will try to talk. Is it coming out of my mouth?
No.
this
Or is it
across?
going into his mouth?
no, because it's neither. There's so if you look at your camera, if you look at Brady's rectangle there,
Yeah,
it's a bar across the bottom,
right.
a separate bar. It's not like scrolling across. It's just a bar in the
Words are appearing in the bar.
words are appearing in the bar.
Words are
yeah.
appearing in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, the higher the bottom person sets up it, and if it's depending on how long the sentence is, if it's one sentence, it's under his chin. If it's a longer sentence, it's 2 lines that gets up there on his chin.
Oh.
So
Got it.
keep that in mind.
Stuff off your chin.
Yep.
All right, so we'll round out this Facebook Live again. Episode 26 coming out tonight or early tomorrow morning. Join us for the back to school episode.
We've got tonight.
Why don't you stay here?
All right, join us then.
Peace.